Be a force for good. Be a force for good. I decided to really title this today's podcast, Be a Force for Good, after seeing more and more people, or just observing more and more people deviating from just simply being themselves, or just having normal manners, and simply just doing the right thing. And when I talk about being a force for good, I'm talking about really going or moving towards what you think is good, that ultimately would or can help humanity move forward, right? Being a force for good does not mean you're being good for the sake of being good, nor does it mean that you're getting awarded for being good. You see, because many people end up doing things just to impress people, and so just to look the part of being good instead of really doing what is right and being good. So being a force for good really means that you're doing something out consciously from within, knowing very well it will benefit others with or without payment or reward, you see. And you're still gonna do it whether people like it or not, because you know it's supposed to help others. Now, as we are moving forward, I just see, actually, I'm observing people doing things mindlessly, and of course it looks like this time, this era, is a race for being popular, being the most popular, being the most famous, being the richest, which is all good. Nothing wrong with wanting that, but once that certain thing that you want, be it riches, be it fame, embodies or takes over your whole being, right? At the end of the day, you might end up doing just about anything to get to that goal of being rich, of being famous, being the most popular, being the most popular YouTuber, just having fame. And that's where a lot of people kind of get caught, because fame, wealth, riches, and all this, they usually take time to acquire. It's very natural to acquire such things, just like skills, real skills, just like knowledge, And now the problem is that the media that we consume, right, and just media in general, especially our mainstream media, right, they make us believe that we can actually acquire things faster than we can really get them, right? For example, people are getting more and more body conscious, right? Health conscious, basically. People are consuming a lot of wellness content, a lot of bodybuilding, especially the man out there, bodybuilding, fitness, and basically content, right? Excuse me. But within this, not many people have that knowledge of how to go about, me being one of them, how to go about to create that physique, that body that I would be proud of after at the end of the day, after working hard, whether it's in the gym, whether it's in your room, you're working out with those push-ups, dips, whatever, squats. We tend to consume a lot of these from wherever source, whether it's a website, it's Instagram, TikTok. TikTok and Instagram being the most famous for a lot of younger men out there consume these sort of content, which is very good. YouTube is also one of them, which I do a lot to get that knowledge, to know how best I can acquire and do these exercises without injuring myself and all that. Now the catch is that we tend to kind of overestimate the time or duration of how we are going to get to our peak physique that we desire, right? And this is plaguing a lot of young men. Lots of young men think that what they see, a lot of the time, what they see on the Instagrams, the YouTubes, whatever, right? They think that a lot of those people have done that within a month, have gotten that peak physical, and I'm really talking about the natural body. I'm not yet going to touch on those who enhance their bodies, right? If you're a natural, if you see or come across anyone on social media who has built up a natural physique that you think is desirable, and you would like to probably create one like that, which is very much possible, depending, of course, on your resources and all that, you'll be it won't be really you should know one thing, that person did not take a month, a year, or even two. It's usually several years to get to that peak physique or that body that you see, that well built. Obviously, as humans, we have different genetic makeups. It's pretty obvious that those who are blessed with they're blessed with good genetics, so obviously they will get to their desired body with very minimum effort, right? Then there are those who will take a lot of time, right? I mean a lot of they'll take a long time rather to get to that, and the majority is those of us who actually have to take the time and be patient with what our progress basically. Now, if you're going to lie to yourself and think that you can get to that peak physique that you see, right? There's so many examples out there, and there's that everyone has their own person that they like following or whatever, and taking tips and taking knowledge from them just to really apply them in reality, right? So I'm not going to mention anything. But if you're following a natural bodybuilder or just a natural health person, right, make sure you do not project your own fantasies and thinking that a lot of what they're doing can be accomplished in a very short time, right? And then in the flip side, there are those also who take enhancements, drugs, THT, they kind of enhance their testosterone, and they put on just what they call juice, they juice up and all that. Now those are probably that's a story for another day, because that's another podcast all on its own. But the gist of this is, once you do get to that peak physique eventually, you should not try and lie about any sort of accomplishment. You're right. If you have used enhancement, if you have used some sort of anything, drug, anything that has helped you get there, be open about it, so that you do not mislead people who follow you, and as being really force for good. And like I said, this internet thing and this social media is opening up for so many people right now, and in Africa especially, right, many are thirsty for knowledge, and they're consuming. Many do not know what they're consuming. They're just consuming. And with more and more people investing in the internet infrastructure and all that, things like the Elon Musk thing, that link thing, the internet thing that is bringing, things will open up, right? However, it means that more and more people will be able to take advantage of those who do not seek out proper guidance, do not seek out proper knowledge, do not seek out proper filtering, or create a proper filtering mechanism, so that they're able to know or separate bullshit from what's real, right? And so it will get easier and easier for people to make money while being cunning and lying to people. It's going to get easier and easier, because people are obviously, especially the youth, those under 30, even the 40s, in my peers, we want results. We want fast results, right? We want to see things happening, right? We want to do, because things are like opening up right now. People are getting highly competitive in various fields and areas. So people want results quick. I think that's very natural, but very much unrealistic, you see. So it's best not to go that route of making quick buck out of trying to take advantage of those who do not know better, those who are much more ignorant than you. Why? Because you are yourself setting out yourself for failure if you do that. Because at the end of the day, if you get caught, and usually with these things, if you're in the social media, if you dent your name, right, and you get caught, yeah, you may still have that hardcore following, but once your reputation has gone down to the gutter and you are full of mud, it will be hard for you to get back to your top lifestyle, maybe I may say, because people who trusted you will want to separate, and you will be much more likely to lose a lot of your core sponsors, maybe those who sponsored you, those who partner, those partnerships that you had created, right? So that's why it's best to come out from the beginning, or even if you are natural. And I'm giving an example of this physical thing because a lot of men are into it. A lot of boys, a lot of men, they are really now conscious of their health. So this is one of those examples. There's plenty of examples that can be given, but this one is one that I'm going to give for today. So if you're going to lose, if you're going to start out as a natural bodybuilder, maybe a natural gym fanatic, and then you decide that you are going to use enhancements, maybe, right, in the middle, or later on you see you're not gaining any more muscles, for example, then it's best to tell your audience, mention it, like, hey, think I'm going to go into this. I'd rather listen to such a person, because I'm still going to learn from that person, like how he's going to go about it, how he's going to go about applying this enhancement, whether it's THT, testosterone, whether it's any other drug that enhances your body, your muscles. I'd rather learn from that, right, than someone actually doing it and not saying, and then we just see him grow, we see him do things that at the end of the day he's lying to us, and then we try and do that, but we are incapable, because we are seeing this person who all of a sudden is making it, and then actually that using other means, and they're hiding it. So it's best to be honest at most of the times, rather. It's best to be open, and that's the meaning of being a force for good. Like I said, as the internet is opening up, always people are going to social media. There'll be plenty of con artists, just people trying to con you because they have the knowledge, they have the information, and they have the know-how. However, money is money. People out there to get money, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's best to be honest about it. And one thing is, it's also best to be patient. If you're gonna build your body to be the right one that you want, to be in that peak physique that you would be proud of, it's best to set realistic goals. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know as a young man it might be like, I can't do this because 5 years is a bit too long. I want this now, but I assure you, if you're going to take it as patient as you can, and you know that you're not genetically gifted, and you take it day by day, year by year, at the end of the journey you'll be proud of it. You'll be satisfied because you actually did not take any sort of shortcuts. You did not lie to people, and most importantly, you did not lie to yourself. And I'm going to leave it at there. Be that force for good. And listen up, when I say be a force for good, I'm not talking about being a goody good shoe kind of person, being overly nice, be a nice guy. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is be truthful to yourself, and so that you are able to hold your reputation. And remember, I usually say that you are also a business yourself, so best businesses usually have good reputation, and if you're going to lie, then you are more likely to lose trust, and no one is going to want to do business with you. So you are a business. You are building, make it like you're building your business. As you build your body, as you become the best version of yourself, you become the God version of you. You're building a business from scratch, and the reputation of a business is you have to keep it, and make sure that that reputation is kept sealed, so you do not have to be distrusted by others. And people always want, or mostly want, to do business with reputable people. That's how it is. If you become a liar, then no one would want to make any business with you anyway. So yeah, that's about it. This was just something that I had to talk about, and peace to the gods.